I don't know how I should be feeling in this sordid mess of me, but if that's true,
nigga, ain't by the feelings. Y'all niggas feel like drama. That's the case, nigga. You know the Dawn on was 16, and I do harm for this big green quits in the cabbage. But like Knicks in the Mavericks, slipping the fabrics, pull up with some bitch shit, the tennis shit, hitting the habits. By the bitch with that Chris habit, gotta have it. Fuck shorty and send an OT with a brick in the baggage. Roll with the gloves at, slipping the rabbit. Chick only lick dick status, the kid cabbage. Chicken lavish to the dick Baptist. Who back on the map, can't come with a vengeance. It's drama to the finish, but the llama to your appendix. The squeeze in the slug, gunpowder season your blood. I'm a legend, breathing the reason you thug, nigga. This where the buck stops. Fuck box, fuck shots to the top. Money, what the fuck you forgot? Thought I was done, I wasn't touching the block. Still real busting the clock. Put it where you can see it. What up now?
I don't know how I should be feeling in this sordid mess of me, but if that's true, could I have been so easily forgotten?
Yo, what's the motherfucking gap to this? Y'all believe lies like y'all was Catholics. I'm rapping average, so my message is just immaculate. My rap elaborate, brick of 40 can blaze a saturate. My aim is accurate, take your brain and blow out the back of it. I'm salty, miserable cats and slack shorties. Look kinda resemble that, a fat Paulie. I don't even clap young boys, clap for me. Chain hang down on my dick, I'm that gaudy. I don't even fuck with you cats, you rap poorly. I don't even fuck with you cats, you act horny. With a whack on me, we barking at you. If any pass hold the hammer like a carpenter do. You should understand that I ain't really fucking around. And if you don't, you're gonna find your body stuck in the ground. We bucking them down, cause that's how wrong my life is. Y'all don't understand how fucking strong my wife is. I'm from a time where every song was righteous. Before that was just a swarm of white kids. And y'all are witness to the dawn I hide this. Or just another victim to the pawns and shysters. I feed your corpse to a swarm of vipers. Let them suck the blood till your form is lifeless. What? Fucking Vinny Paz, daddy. Jedi mind tricks, yeah.
I don't know how I should be feeling in this sordid mess of me, but if that's true, could I have been so easily forgotten? I don't know how I should be feeling in this sordid mess of me, but if that's true, could I have been so easily forgotten?
The temperature over there is regularly 90 degrees, and inside the factory or the dormitory, it reached way over 100 degrees.
Yeah, it's a contemporary form of slavery, they call it slave labor. But they don't prosecute them cause it's how they make paper. When you rockin' that fly shit that's made in China, by your 8-year-old child trying to feed his mama, he exposed to contamination and disease. And only 55% of them will get degrees. And the women have to try to placate the boss, because it's sex discrimination in the labor force. The slave master only let them speak in sign language, and they suffering from lung disease and eye damage. 14-hour shifts, 7 days a week, 2 shitty meals a day, very little sleep. Human life only worth 3 cents an hour. All human rights lost, no sense of power. What did 400 years in the grave pass us? Only the improved cleverness of slave masters.
It's life worth living if you living in hell, when the mind is confined to a prison cell, and the lies they devise in a system that fell, but I expect the system to fail. Is life worth living if you living in hell, when the mind is confined to a prison cell, and the lies they devise in a system that fell, but I expect the system to fail.
Many Chinese workers are forced to sign secret agreements known as shadow contracts before they leave China, severely and in some ways illegally restricting their activities on American soil. Workers are forbidden to participate in any religious or political activity, or to ask for a salary increase, or even to fall in love or get married.
It's 1.6 million people locked in jail. They the new slave labor force trapped in hell. Yeah, they generate over $1 billion worth of power, and only getting paid 20 cents an hour. They make clothes for McDonald's and for Applebee's, and working 40-hour shifts in prison factories. And while we sit around debating who to whack MCs, they have to work when arthritic pain attack the knees. Slavery's not illegal, that's a fucking lie. It's illegal unless it's for conviction of a crime. The main objective is to get you in your fucking prime, and keep the prison full and not give you a fucking dime. But they the real criminal, keeping you confined for a petty crime, but they give you 2 to 9. And ain't nobody there to protect you, except a bunch of incompetent human rights inspectors.
Is life worth living if you living in hell, when the mind is confined to a prison cell, and the lies they devise in a system that fell, but I expect the system to fail. Is life worth living if you living in hell, when the mind is confined to a prison cell, and the lies they devise in a system that fell, but I expect the system to fail.
The sweatshop situation kind of pervasive and kind of take advantage on the people that are poor and at economic disadvantage. This Chinese woman made t-shirts and pants at the factory until she became pregnant. Duchamp says she refused to have the abortion and has now been barred from entering the factory.
Allowing to bring that onto U.S. soil is a very deep concern. We've now documented the fact that management coerces female workers to become pregnant into having abortions.
Human rights
Outside the factory, Chinese law applies. Chinese law is supreme.
Torn apart now, I cannot have this combination and fusion of your elixir. Torn apart now, these are the choices we made. Do I swallow or walk away?
Most of my adult life I've been torn into two. If you love me, then I love you, and the song is for you. It's tight hard when you know what you said, and your shorty singing you was an emotional rap. The closer I get, it's like the farther I feel, and my heart is turning to this heavy armor and steel. It's hard to be real, hard to listen to the dumb shit, and I take a lot of pills cause it numb shit. I wish I had another path to follow. Wish that I could be a man and learn to pass the bottle. A graphic novel, my future a boxer and earn. Having dreams about death, but I'm not that concerned. And I'm diseased through the seasons they turn. Watching leaves from the trees turn disease and they burn. I'm eager to learn, but I'm holding my breath, and every day alive is just another closer to death.
Torn apart now, I cannot have this combination and fusion of your elixir. Torn apart now, these are the choices we made. Do I swallow or walk away?
I've been alive longer than I expected to be, and took care of everything that's expected of me. Took care of my girl and my mother. I told her that I'm always here and I love her. I handle shit differently cause I'm grown now, and the truth is that I'd rather be alone now. I'd rather not have to deal with the day, and I hate when people ask me how I'm feeling today. My brother Rasul, we had a beef and grudge, but we grew up together cousins, so it's peace and love. I wish y'all the best, I wish y'all to shine. I wish I didn't want to offer my thoughts with a nine. I'm thoughtful and kind, but I'm evil at last. But everything I love is turned to a tedious task. I feel the life a waiting game for people to pass, but nobody ever wants you to see through the mask.
Torn apart now, I cannot have this combination and fusion of your elixir. Torn apart now, these are the choices we made. Do I swallow or walk away?
I don't wanna be a bird in the yard, I just wanna know exactly what my purpose is for. Yeah, I feel like nothing I do is ever right, and that I'm acting a fool another night. And I admit I don't take care of myself, so I do a lot of thinking and preparing myself, cause the